This won the Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival, and there's a really good reason why. Parasite is a South Korean movie directed by South Korean director Bong Joon-ho, and it's centered on a family, mom, dad, brother, sister, who are really poor. They're really not well off at all, and basically, without really going into details, basically they scam their way into each one of them working for various positions for this really rich, this really rich family, the Park family, and this really poor family, the Kim family, I believe. Basically, the main premise of this movie is that the really poor Kim family works for the really wealthy Park family, and basically, without really, I really don't want to say anything else than that. This review is going to be probably very brief and very vague, and that is a bit of a challenge for me because I want to I'm sure that most of you watching or most of you watching will have heard of it. I don't know, but I'm hoping to entice people who have never even heard of this movie or who are interested but aren't sure. I'm trying to encourage people, motivate people to go out and see this movie because I saw this movie a while back, and so far it is my favorite movie of 2019. I There's still many films that I really want to see that I haven't seen yet, such as The Lighthouse or Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker or Knives Out, Ford v Ferrari, Jojo Rabbit, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. But I don't know if I don't know if any of these films I'll like more than Parasite, but so far Parasite is my favorite movie of 2019. It's really good. It I'm not gonna name specifically which genres, but it blends genres together very these genres together, mainly comedy and drama together almost flawlessly. I think that this movie is incredibly well directed, written, acted, shot. The cinematography isn't too flashy, but it still is really good, and gets the job done. You can see what's going on, and there's some cool over the head shots and close ups and all that. Song Kang-ho, who is a famous Korean actor, plays the father of the poor Kim family in this movie, Ki-taek, and he's really great. Bong Joon-ho is probably one of my favorite modern directors. I've seen almost all of his films. I haven't seen Tokyo or Barking Dogs Never Bite, but Memories of Murder, The Host, Snowpiercer, Mother, and Okja are also really good. And I think that Parasite is his best film yet. This is an excellent film, well made, and I'm really hesitating to delve in depth into this movie because I knew almost nothing. I all I knew before going to see this movie is that it was directed by Bong Joon-ho. It won the Palme d'Or award, which is basically the award that goes to the best, what critics consider the best film at Cannes Film Festival. It's been getting really, really great reviews. I believe it's not even out in U.S. theaters yet, and I believe it has an 8.5 on IMDb, which is great. And without going into spoilers, this movie is really funny. It does blend genres, like mostly comedy and drama, but there are a lot of really good jokes in here. There is a montage in the middle of the film that was absolutely hysterical. This movie really delves into themes of class separation, the poor versus rich, and how the rich, not just in Korea but in America as well, the only the really the 0 point the top 0 1% or even 0.01% have basically 80 to 90% of all the wealth in both America and Korea, and I'm sure other countries elsewhere, and how the poor, unfortunately, the majority of the country are really well off, and how and this movie does kind of present a sort of commentary um, on social class structure and the imbalance of the wealth gap, and it expresses all these different viewpoints on how, unfortunately, how there are situations, unfortunately there are poor families who have to do bad things, um, they have to break the law in order to steal food or money, or do shady things for money, just so that they can get food on their plate, just so that they can afford to sleep. And some of them, this movie does present a few characters, one or two characters who don't even have a warm bed, a warm home to sleep in, stay in at night when it gets cold. And again, I'm sorry that I'm kind of rambling here. I should have written a script before filming this video, and again, I don't want to go really reveal anything, because again, I went into this movie almost completely blind, and there are so many things that are genuinely shocking and surprising in this movie. So basically, the main gist of this movie is very funny. Does get very dramatic later on. Um, it's about 2 hours and 12 minutes long, including credits, but it did not feel like it at all. It rushed by really quickly, and in fact, like you're at the end of the movie, you're thinking like, oh, I want to see more. Um, Filmmaking, acting, writing, all aspects are really great. They're very competent. The themes of um, the social commentary on the wage gap and the imbalance of class in society is a very relevant issue in Korea, America, and definitely other countries elsewhere. And yeah, this is a really good movie, and I highly recommend that you all check it out. And yeah, I guess this doesn't really bother me that much. I guess my only issue is that there is a bit of voiceover in this movie, and I think that the movie could have done without it. Like, I think that it should have had no voiceover at all, but honestly, it didn't really ruin my experience or anything like that. There's a really good reason why critics are eating up this movie, why they love it, and yeah, I think it's basically perfect, and I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, it comes out in US theaters on October 11th. It's not going to be a nationwide release, just a limited release, but if this is playing in a theater near you, watch it. Trust me. All right, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I do have a video planned, which I'm gonna upload on Friday, and it's gonna be talking about my opinion on David Benioff, the one of the co-writers and co-creators of Game of Thrones. As I'm gonna be addressing whether I think he's a bad writer or not. So that should be fun. So yeah, besides that, not sure what other videos I'll make in the near future, but thank you guys so much for watching, and hope to get to see you guys soon. Bye.
꽃진 골라